Hey, my name is Craig Gross, sitting here in Los Angeles, California. I'm the founder of XXXchurch.com, and almost 10 years ago now is when we started the ministry, and it all birthed out of the time that I spent in youth ministry. I saw so many kids that were struggling with pornography, and the only difference between me and them was I had to look really hard to find porn when I was growing up. And what we saw is so many young people had to work really hard to avoid it, and it was just coming at you in every direction. And so we just thought, hey, let's create a safe place online where people could get help and they could get the truth about pornography. And so it started off with the focus being on kids, and now it's evolved to young and old, men and women. We're a little strange of an operation. And we're not that big. I think that's a misconception, although the website gets a lot of traffic and a lot of people have been touched by the ministry. A small group of about 5 of us that kind of run this thing. I'm living in LA. We've got a few people in Vegas, a straggler out there in Phoenix, and a lady that does all our event coordinating is in Atlanta, Georgia. And so because of the web and because of all the tools that are out there, we're able to see each other from time to time, face to face, and then we also have a lot of developers, of programmers, graphics people that are all kind of outsourced people. So, and a great group of volunteers from really across the world. For those of you that are youth pastors or even pastors in general, the biggest thing I would encourage you with is just that, first of all, to have this in order in your own life. You can't talk about anything from a stage or a pulpit that you're yourself not willing to go through, and kids see through this all the time if you're faking it. And so we just challenge you on that end to be accountable to somebody, to have integrity, have some people in your life that you're able to talk about purity, you're able to talk about the things that might potentially drag you down. And once you're able to do that, I always kind of tell people you can't change the world unless you first change yourself. And so that thought of first taking care of yourself, and then second of all, really addressing these topics in your youth groups, in your small groups, in your church. Not just sex and porn and purity, but these are issues that I think every kid is facing, and they want not only just sound advice. I think are looking for people that are willing to talk about this and have those conversations. And you might upset a few parents by showing some of this stuff or bringing this up, but in the end, I think the positive things are going to outweigh those. And I just think you play such an important, I look at my youth pastor and the role that he played in my life, so important part in these kids' lives at the point that they're in, and they trust you, and they're willing to probably have a conversation with you that they're not going to have at home, or they're not going to have with somebody else. So just encourage you to any way you can bring up those conversations and that openness with the kids in your youth group.